So we've been talking about all along the pillars for optimal health, and they include your 7 daily essentials, and we'll talk about those. Cleansing and detoxing. We do live in a very polluted environment. Body composition, which is all about that microbiome, that immune system. And targeted care, which can be a specific program to address a specific symptom. And we study all of the body systems as listed there.
Right. So the key for us is that we work in harmony. We keep all these balanced in areas that we focus on in terms of our natural health. We can keep a balance and harmony. This is the approach we like to take when we think about preventive health. And it's very simple, the ABCDs of natural health. We remind you of these every month. Why? Because this is the basis and foundation for everything we're teaching and everything that we approach, how we approach our health and preventive health. So activation, build, cleanse, and direct aid goes hand in hand with that previous slide, optimal health, and those 4 pillars.
And I'll do this one.
Go for it.
So look at this. 85% of Americans are missing these in their lifestyle. Basic vitamins and minerals, essential fats, antioxidants, fiber, enzymes, probiotics, and protein. And we cannot get everything we need just from what we eat, in my opinion.
I think the other key, Mom, I'd like to share is when we've been talking about the GI tract, and in all 3 of these presentations we've done in this part of this series, we have focused on many of the essentials listed here, precisely or specifically. Number 4, which is fiber. Number 5, which is enzymes. Number 6, which is probiotics. And guys, let me point something out here for you. Without fiber and enzymes and probiotics, you're going to have a hard time assimilating vitamins and minerals, essential fats, and antioxidants. Okay? That's the key. The fiber, the enzymes, the probiotics are keeping your intestinal tract clean and healthy. All right? Protein, vitamins and minerals, essential fats, antioxidants are all about natural bioflavonoids, your vitamins and minerals that your bones and your blood need, the essential fats that your cells need, the antioxidants to remove those free radicals. But without a healthy digestive tract, we can't assimilate and utilize these nutrients as well. So important to know that the first pillar, the foundation to optimal health, is 7 daily essentials. And the fact that we're actually talking about these essentials in the presentation should give you a sense of these should be in my regimen every month. We should be thinking about how to supplement and replenish these nutrients in order that we maintain the levels of health that we would like to. So here we just did this before. So this has been a presentation on the body systems for the GI tract. Your liver or your hepatic system, the microbiome is running the show, as you'll hear in a moment, and the spark of life, which are your enzymes and your digestive system.
This is one of my favorite parts of the GI tract to talk about, the hepatic system. That system is a series of veins that carry blood from the capillaries of the stomach, intestine, spleen, and pancreas to capillaries in the liver. And it's part of the body's filtration system. We all know the liver is our filtration system. Its main function is to deliver deoxygenated blood to the liver to be detoxified further before it returns to the heart, and I might add to the brain. So it's a beautiful system that works together. Look at that, the liver, the stomach, the pancreas, the bile duct. It's so important that it all works in balance and harmony. So what is qi or chi? So liver qi stagnation is when that energy of the liver system doesn't flow right, like it should. It's largely responsible for the movement of qi through the entire body and the free flow of blood, which provides the fluids and nourishment. So it can become blocked and slowed down as a result of emotions like anxiety and stress and certain foods in the diet. When that happens, different symptoms occur that you might not ever think was related to the liver, such as insomnia, stuffiness, and that dull pain under your right rib cage, irritability, frustration, lack of memory in body functions can all be related to the liver. So one of the most important formulas that we have recommended and used personally is labeled liver cleanse formula. And it provides that support to the liver and gallbladder. It provides cleansing and detoxification also, and it's digestive support. It includes red beetroot, and I would encourage you to eat beets often, dandelion root. Look at all of those wonderful herbs that are in there. And I want to say right here, why Nature Sunshine? If you look at the post behind Wes's, it says pure, potent, and proven. That's why.
Good job. All right, these next couple of slides, we're going to listen to Dr. Rodier, and this is a quick review of the microbiome that we listened to.
A whole lot of you already know this, but the main thing I want to point out today is how the medical literature on cover issues of the best of journals is exploding with the simple understanding that the gut bacteria, the organisms that live in the gut, are running the show. And this is no hyperbole. This is absolutely what you have found in your own clinics, in your own practices. You heal the gut, and a whole lot of things get better. So from the journal Nature to the journal Science, the gastroenterology journals, we're seeing a whole lot of articles and research, and doctors are finally catching on. Not a day goes by that I hear a patient or a doctor saying, Hugo, you were right when you started 3 decades ago talking about this. This came out in May of this year, and the cover issue tells you everything. This whole issue has the following ideas that I'm going to show you as far as each disease is concerned, and they all start in the gut. So you can see that the gut flora, battered, challenged by poor diets, high in sugar, low in fiber, not enough veggies, too much transhydrogenated fats and processed sugars, high fructose corn syrup, etc. I call it the SAD diet, the standard American diet. Just about everyone walking into my office has gut issues, from bloating, reflux, constipation, diarrhea, cramping. Incidentally, where does bloating come from, all that gas? From bad bacteria that have mutated trying to defend themselves from this onslaught of challenges. And so bad bacteria produces gas, a condition we call SIBO, small intestine bacterial overgrowth. And of course, antibiotics, we take too many, particularly in childhood. That's changing, so that's a good development. Some people, about 2% of people, just one course of antibiotics, and they will have gut issues for the rest of their lives. So often, always ask your patients about a history of antibiotics in the past. Of course, the most compromised are those who have taken a whole lot of antibiotics, like for acne, and that practice needs to go. It's very harmful to the gut. And then xenobiotics, well, that's just chemicals. Chemicals in the environment, any chemical is suspect, in my opinion, particularly pesticides, GMOs even. And so when all these challenges have mutated the gut flora, they produce more gas, but they also produce inflammatory molecules, inflammatory messengers that will leak out of the gut through leaky gut. And of course, you are all familiar with leaky gut, which is an inflammation, oxidation of the cells lining the gut. They then shrivel up, creating gaps. And through there, a whole lot of chemicals or messages of desperation, if you will, produced by the gut flora will leak out of the gut into circulation, thereby causing all diseases.
That's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's such a simple process to understand how to keep this from happening, and that's what we're trying to help you do. We shared this toxicity assessment last month. I'm going to share it again now in the chat window, and we'll email this out as well. But I would encourage you to download this and also download the Purify booklet and learn more about how toxic you are. That's what he's talking about. The leaching from the gut is creating toxicity, and the overwhelming number of toxins in our environment and our food and the water we drink is creating that scenario that Dr. Hugo was just talking about.
I just wanted to say I started this program about a week ago. I mean, this is my first week on it, and wow. That's all I can say is wow. I mean, I feel like I'm cleansing. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It was really good, you know.
Yeah.
I don't get hungry.
Yeah. That's interesting, Carol. So I started this program back in December, and I've lost 14 pounds since then.
I got on my what were those scales we got with the Inform, you know? So I did, before I started this, took all my stats down, and I'm going to check it each week. But and I haven't been exact, like 2 shakes a day.
Sure.
If I don't even think I can do 2 shakes a day. I'm just not hungry.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the little thing that you sent out to the diet stuff that goes with this.
Yes.
I use a sheet every day and check what I've done.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
You like that meal plan? Good.
Well, maybe you the meal plan. Yes.
Sure. Yeah. So the key product here that Carol is referring to is the Ultrabiome Detox, and that is the beginning of cleansing and detoxifying that gut, so that what Dr. Hugo was talking about doesn't happen. And that's the first step in health. The next step is certainly making sure we replenish the probiotics. So Bacillus coagulans, imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a daily essential. Oh my gosh. We should keep this in our diet every day.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, my recommendation, I learned this from Mom, is to take these at night before you go to bed. It doesn't break down with your food that you're having during the day, and it helps those good flora to repopulate during the night while you're sleeping.
Yep.
The Love and Peas actually has a great prebiotic associated with it, which helps those probiotics even do more. And then the Rejuvenate is a great way to support circulatory and heart function. It'll bring more energy and vitality to your life. And the key to that is the nitric oxide and beet juice. So we just heard about beets, and Mom said make sure you eat your beets. Well, there's a great way to get those in your system. Anyway, that's a great program. Thanks, Carol, for sharing. That's awesome. Me, Missy, Mom, and myself, we're all doing it. You are. So we've all taken some good advice and gotten this started. And this is probably something I recommend we do maybe once every quarter.
Yes.
Let's move right along. This is great. So we're going to get into the digestive system today. And our key is we're going to focus on the digestive system, but recognize that the hepatic system and the gut are all part of the GI tract, okay? And so if you think about this picture here, look in the middle, the gut is in the center. The liver is in the center there, right? And the stomach, the hepatic system. The lower portion of your intestines, the large intestines, and your colon are considered your guts, and that's where we focus. Today, we're going to be talking about the stomach and the hepatic system, but focusing on small intestines and what's happening there, okay? But the keys that we're going to share you today can help anyone with sluggish digestion. And listen, they contain other life-giving benefits. I think you're really going to enjoy this.
So can I do this? The digestive system functions your body's source of energy, and it's the transformer of food into energy. It manufactures enzymes and HCl, vitamin K, and some B complex in the large intestine. It's all about the absorption of nutrients, the small intestine, from there into the blood, and the reabsorption and elimination. So this reabsorbs water for reuse and eliminates waste.
And those toxins.
The digestive system simplified. Chewing physically breaks apart food and starts the digestion of starches and fats. Adequate HCl in the stomach is required for pepsin to break down proteins. After food leaves the stomach, bile salts emulsify fats. They act like dishwashing liquid to emulsify fats and increase the pH, the alkalites, while pancreatic and intestinal enzymes complete the digestion in the small intestine. So disaccharides are broken down into simple sugars by enzymes from the small intestine. And here again, all of that works in harmony and balance without us even having to think about it. So signs of poor digestion. Of course, upset stomach disturbances like gas, pain, bloating, heartburn, and cramping, constipation or diarrhea, a high sugar diet, unintentional weight changes, sleep disturbances and constant fatigue, skin irritation, autoimmune conditions, food intolerances, or allergies. And it's so important to know that symptoms such as skin irritation can come from a poor digestive system. Health issues related. HCl deficiency and poor digestion in the stomach results in poor assimilation of proteins and minerals, the inability to gain muscle mass or lose body fat, structural weakness, osteoporosis, arthritis, and weak teeth. We've already mentioned gas and bloating and acid reflux, known as GERD. Dysbiosis, that word means imbalance of the intestinal tract. SIBO is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and Dr. Rodier talked about that. Auto-intoxication causes muscle weakness and overall poor health. Do you notice shallow breathing and lymphatic congestion can cause respiratory distress, increased stress, and reduced oxygenation, contributing to asthma and COPD, brain fog, depression, fatigue, nervousness. You wouldn't think that depression could be caused by poor digestion.
So these are some interesting facts about the GI tract, and I'm not going to read all this for you. I'm going to let you read this in part of the replay, but notice the picture on the left. So this is the entire GI tract, starting from the salivary glands all the way down to your large intestines, okay? In this system, it contains over 2/3 of your body parts. If you think about that, that should tell you that this is a main area of focus when it comes to preventive health and optimal health. You actually use 2/3 of your body's energy every day just digesting and cleaning house. So the question really becomes, how much food that we're eating today is denatured or void of natural enzymes? Have you ever heard you are what you eat? And newer has been, well, we are what we absorb, basically based on the use and supplementation of enzymes. But now we're even talking about the gut. We are what our microbes eat. So we know nutrition is important to get the benefit of the food we eat, and we also need to also be able to focus on how to digest it properly and absorb and utilize the nutrients and eliminate waste products efficiently. We've got something here we want to listen to, but we're going to talk about these 5 areas as being root causes of poor digestion. And years ago, Nature Sunshine put out a great program called the Untold Truth Series. And we've got a little excerpt from that we'd like for you to listen to. And think about that when you're looking at this slide. Transit time, which is basically lack of fiber, exercise and pure water, lack of enzymes. We tried to correct this, Mom, but it's HCl, not HCI, hydrochloric acid, lack of probiotics, and the hiatus. So let's listen to this real quick.
Hello, I'm Dr. Alex Duarte. I hold a PhD in nutrition. I was an eye doctor and optometrist for years.
Whoops, sorry about that. Let me start that.
We consume 600 million Big Macs every year, 20 billion hot dogs, 8 billion chickens. You can soon realize why we have 1/3 of our population that's obese. We have 62% of our adult population that's overweight. And we have over 1 million cardiovascular deaths every year, over 500,000 cancer deaths, and believe it or not, 8% of our population has diabetes. So based on what we are consuming, we begin to realize the consequences in terms of these diseases that most of us are dying from. Now, if you look at the recommended daily allowances and then the new DRIs that are proposed by the government in terms of the levels of nutrients, we soon begin to realize that these levels do not address specific problems that we face in reality. For instance, I don't know if you're aware of this, but a tremendous number of people in our society take medication. Well, these RDAs don't address the level of nutrients that are being wasted by medications.
Hello, I'm Stephen Horn. In our modern society, we are faced with the most stressful society that any group of people have ever lived in. We have a declining problem with nutrition because of the problem of highly processed foods that are loaded with chemicals. We also have more chemicals in our environment than have ever been in the history of the planet. There's some 50,000 chemicals that are released into the environment every year. In fact, there's approximately 1 ton of garbage produced for every human being on this planet every week. And this combination of the toxicity, the lack of nutrients, the depletion of our soils, the high stress level that we have, are creating chronic and degenerative diseases that are coming and hitting people at younger and younger ages. The medical answer to this is basically oriented around treating symptoms. And our society waits until we're sick to try to treat the disease and then treats it by trying to do something that basically covers up the symptoms without looking at the cause.
Wow. Did you hear what he just said? We don't want to try to wait until we're sick and create a scenario where we're treating symptoms just to suppress the symptom. We want to get down to the root cause of what's causing the problem in the first place. So I'm going to place an assessment in your chat window. Feel free to download this. It's called Running on Empty. It's a quick 5-question assessment that will be a super thing for you to kind of think about what your own lifestyle is doing. So let's talk about these 5 things. Mom, let's talk about transit time a bit. You want to take this one?
Yes, transit time is so important. You know, we've always been told that it's like a train, that your GI tract. And so one train can't get in until another one gets out. So the measure used to denote how long it takes your food is 18 to 24 hours. And a really good way to test that is to eat beets. The muscles along our digestive tract push chyme along, and that's called peristalsis. Chyme is the food that you've chewed, and it should be almost liquid when you swallow it, and that's what chyme is called. So when it's backed up, it increases toxicity. It affects how you feel, it affects your wellness, and then it has a detrimental effect on that so important microbiome which we have talked about in this series also.
So think about transit time in terms of you're backed up, you're not clean, and that detoxification system that Carol just talked about that she started, and the one that my sister and I have been using and losing weight, well, that's what we're doing. We're getting all that backed up stuff out of us and helping to cleanse this colon, cleanse the large intestine and the small intestine so that it can better assimilate the nutrients. So aside from downright poor nutrition, the sad American diet, the standard American diet, and lifestyle is a major root cause to many of the health problems we are facing in America. We just heard Stephen Horn tell us that. Hiatal hernias can be associated with transit time and poor transit time and being backed up. It affects your feeling of wholeness, your focus, the harmony or disharmony. That area of your body is right there around your solar plex. And that's the hiatal hernia where the esophagus enters through the diaphragm into your stomach. And that's the area where your mind, body, and soul connection is being made. And when you have disharmony there, imagine how that can affect your emotions. So we're going to talk about 5 keys of healthy digestion. And we want to solve these root causes of poor digestion. All right. And so we're looking at the answers here, guys. And we're going to talk about each one of these briefly today, but this is water. Most adults need half your body weight in ounces a day in filtered or distilled water. Fiber, such an important part of your daily diet. 30 to 40 grams. Mom's going to talk on this in just a minute when we get to soluble and insoluble fiber. Living foods, okay? So when we talk about living foods, are we talking about something that's boxed or processed? Or are we talking something that's actually bought from the produce area? Or maybe fresh vegetables or frozen vegetables in the freezer section, okay? When we shop at the grocery store, we should be shopping on the outside aisles, everyone, okay? Starts with the produce section and the healthy meats, and then going out to your dairy and some of the other areas, but we want to stay away from those inside aisles because why? It's all processed. It's full of chemicals. There's no nutrients there. There's no enzymes or hydrochloric acid or probiotics or prebiotic foods. All right, so we all have heard it. We all know it. Exercise is such an important key. And so we'll talk a little bit about exercise today. And that exercise should lead to helping you rest and de-stress. We've got to be mindful of the stress that we're encountering and how we manage that stress on a daily basis and how we can kind of fight the battle of de-stressing.
Water, water, water. Clean, fresh, and plenty of it. So it helps with constipation. It helps with just feeling absolutely energy. And if you drink a full glass about a half hour before a meal, and then if you're no longer hungry, guess what? You were thirsty. You were probably dehydrated. So try eating a full meal without liquids. Chew, chew, chew. So if you can do that, you're properly hydrated. See, it's important. And also you can add lemon and some other things to your water to give it even more benefit. Fiber, fiber. So we've already said it sweeps out the toxins, lowers cholesterol, helps balance blood sugar, and reduces colorectal disorders. 30 to 4 grams a day. So how much is that? Well, if you consider that an apple has an average of 5 to 7 grams, that's a lot of apples. So we both need soluble and insoluble. And let's talk about that a minute. Soluble fiber are things like oatmeal and grains that soak up toxins and then goes through your colon to sweep those out of your system. Insoluble are your live fruits and vegetables especially, and they act like a soft brush that sweep the wall of your colon clean. And then those fibers help you feel full. So it decreases your appetite. and it should help ease bowel movements. You know, we mentioned a while ago constipation or diarrhea. Diarrhea is no more healthy than constipation, and those insoluble foods certainly address that.
This is a great slide. This is talking about enzymes, and I know there's a lot of text here. We're going to focus on the left first and then switch, excuse me, on the right first and then switch over to the left. But listen, enzymes is really the key, guys. Dr. J will tell you without enzymes, we'd all die a slow death. Now, our bodies actually create their own enzymes through the pancreas and other organs in the hepatic system. But over time, it's been proven that our bodies do the ability to create these enzymes itself, it does diminish. And that's important that we replenish these enzymes. They are the spark of life. They're very simple to replenish with supplements. Enzymes are key to your pH balance, okay? When we don't have a healthy pH balance, meaning that we're more alkaline, we're going to experience more toxicity, and that's going to transfer into overall inflammation, which is known as the silent killer, okay? So it's important to think about enzymes are coming from your live, living foods. They come from fresh raw vegetables. They come from all types of ways to help you self-digest your food. Certainly, when you eat fresh raw foods, you give more vitality and good health by eliminating enzymes. Well, you need to eliminate enzyme dead foods, which are those foods in those processed food areas. When we maximize our enzyme intake with rich foods like sprouts and seeds and grains, we're going to feel a better sense of energy. We're going to feel more alive. You're going to feel less bloated, less gas, less backup. The enzymes are helping to break down your food in your small intestines.
HCl, like we said, it's for breaking down proteins, destroys microbes that are bad, and here again stimulates enzymes, the organs, and the bile. And HCl also helps disinfect the food we eat and inhibits the growth of microbes in that small intestine, that SIBO. Poor diets and overeating, gulping food without chewing properly can create heartburn. And heartburn is the lack of that HCl. It's not in excess. So lack of HCl equals protein malnourishment. And protein malnourishment can lead to lots of symptoms and other problems. So here's a little bit more. So if you don't have enough HCl, then you're going to become more acid, and then your pH is out of balance. And your pH is your acid-alkaline balance, super important, which indicates mineral deficiency. So the blood looks for minerals to combat, to buffer that acidity. And the minerals that are most common are calcium from your bones, and I would add magnesium. So low stomach acid equals acidic blood, which equals low minerals and high inflammation.
Mom, can you talk a little bit about the enzymes and HCl that are naturally occurring in our body and why we need to help kind of replenish these?
Yes, the stomach makes some enzymes. Your HCl is pretty much in that stomach area. And then the pancreas makes some. Now the antacid industry, which is a multi-billion-dollar one, wants you to think that if you have acidity in your stomach, that you've got too much acid. That previous slide said no. So even though HCl is helpful in treating short-term symptoms, not HCl, these antacids, they're not going to get to the root cause, and they're going to really make the problems worse long-term. So it's important that you know about the different enzymes like pepsin and bromelain and all kinds of ones, certain ones that your pancreas makes, pepsin, pancreatic enzymes, and the ones that also digest the fruits different than the vegetables. So, pro-life. Wes said yesterday, Mom, you said this 1,000,000 times. So antibiotic, what's the meaning of the word? Anti means not, biotic means life. So it's not life, not the good life that we know. So it can prevent harmful organisms and parasites from making your digestive system their home. They supplement our diets by manufacturing additional vitamins. They provide substantial immunity. They feed, they're the main food for our immune system. And our current health system dismisses enzymes, but also the need for replenishing probiotics. So probiotic is opposite of anti. Pro is for, and biotic is life. Probiotics. My goodness, it's not hard. Any exercise is a good exercise. So what are you doing? Walking is one of the easiest and best. A bike ride can be effective. And deep breathing. So, and anything that you do from your waist up is considered aerobic. So you can just do arms and stand up and march. It really is easy.
Okay, what came to mind, Mom, here is exercise, water. Those are activations. That's the A and the ABCDs of wellness. So when we're doing exercise and we're drinking water, we're activating our body systems to engage with themselves.
Perfect.
So this is one that's a little interesting, actually. One that I actually enjoy doing some research on and learning more about. So the hiatal hernia, we talked about earlier. It's in your solar plexus area. It's really connected to emotions and rest and distress. And when you exercise, you're alleviating this. But what is the hiatal hernia, and what does that mean? So your diaphragm has a small opening in it. It's called the hiatus. And through this opening is where your food, your esophagus, passes before connecting to your stomach. In the hiatal hernia, part of the stomach ventures up. It permits backflow of chyme, which Mom talked about earlier, into the esophagus. We recognize this, or we call this symptom heartburn, okay? It's often misdiagnosed as too much acid, more commonly caused when food goes undigested because of the lack of enzymes and HCl in your system, and it ferments in the stomach and intestines, causing gases and chyme to back up. So think about that. Interesting that how important enzymes and HCl play a major role in preventing the symptom of heartburn and or hiatal hernia.
Yes.
I have found that this year, for some reason, if I eat red meat or pork,
Yeah,
I do get that heartburn effect where it comes back up.
Yeah.
And if I immediately take food enzymes, it's gone.
Yeah, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so what's happening when you take those enzymes? Do you know, Carol?
It's helping to break down and digest
Absolutely.
that protein that I just ate.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And it's helping it move through and not back up, right?
Right. I mean, immediately it stops. Immediately.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, those of us that have been learning about Nature's Sunshine products, and this next slide is going to give us a good transition into some of these products and solutions. But you know, I know for me, Carol, and I'm sure it's much the same for you. After I started enjoying the benefits of fiber, And one of the fiber supplements we're going to share today is called 3. And I can't go without it anymore. It just makes life easier and it makes life more enjoyable. And it's the benefits that you're getting from, obviously a very easy and simple bowel movement, but it's also helping me cleanse and stay clean. But I think the fiber without the enzymes is kind of or the probiotics for that matter. It's kind of a no-win. You got to do those two together, right? And the benefits and the results that you experience are absolutely identifiable. You can't not recognize these benefits. We're going to move into some product sharing for just a minute, and want to share this quick video with you before we get started.
As explorers, we've scoured the earth in search of the best natural wellness solutions. When something effective and healthy grows, we find it. As experts in herbs, we study how they work in the body. When we discover what makes them work best, we formulate. As purists, we know that natural products must be handled meticulously. When we produce, package, and test for quality, we guarantee. As healers, we connect with those looking for the best version of themselves. When we share what we have, we become family.
So those of you that know about Nature Sunshine know that they've been delivering results that we expect over 50 years now. And they are respected in the industry for their high quality and potent ingredients. They run more than 600 tests for quality control to ensure each one of these herbal formulas is ready to do exactly what it's supposed to do. So, Mom, I'm going to turn over the floor to you and let you introduce some of these products, if you will.
Sure. We've talked a lot about food enzymes, and this is a formula that has the enzymes that are needed to digest all different kinds of food. It also includes the HCl, which is important for digesting proteins.
Do you want to talk about some of these benefits at the bottom there?
Absolutely. So look at what they can do for you. They can supplement the body's production with all these important enzymes. They can also help relieve indigestion and the problems. It provides the betaine, the hydrochloric acid, the bile salts, all of the things we've talked about to really help your food digest, leave your stomach all at one time, and move through your small intestines where the nutrients can be absorbed.
Great. And Mom, what are other sources of enzymes that aren't necessarily found in a bottle?
The enzymes come from raw live foods.
Exactly. So the idea is to supplement your diet with raw, healthy vegetables and foods that contain enzymes, but then also use a supplement like this to help your body continue to find the success and the harmony that it needs to digest and provide energy to your system. On the left, on each one of these, on the right, on each one of these slides, you're going to see 3 options here that you are able to purchase. And with Subscribe and Thrive, we want to point out that you'll actually save an extra 5%, depending on what level your membership is, whether it's a premium member or a consultant. You'll receive some different discounts, but want to encourage you to pay close attention to those, and we're going to cover that in just a minute.
So Proactzyme is another formula. This one is plant-based and does not include HCl. So for some people, this is the perfect balance, which can assist with your natural digestion process. And it does help reduce that bloating and indigestion. It's vegan friendly, and it's absolutely a fungi-sourced enzyme.
What I learned, Mom, in a detox presentation that we did too, this is a great combination to use with the liver balance and the liver cleanse. This one actually supports the detoxification of your liver as well. When you're using that in combination with the liver cleanse. The proactozyme is maybe something someone with a few less years or count in their birthday may enjoy, while those of us that maybe are kind of in our wonder years, we're seeing a little less production in enzymes and hydrochloric acid. So your food enzymes may be a better choice.
Probiotic 11. You know, probiotics do feed that immune system, but they're also super important for the overall digestive process. It supplements healthy gut environment, provides all kinds of the probiotics. There's 11 strains in this particular formula. There are about 18 different strains, so this one is pretty complete when it comes to all the probiotics that our body needs and can use of the friendly bacteria.
Sure. So this is one of several different probiotic products that we could share with you and that Nature's Sunshine provides. And certainly if you've got any interest, when you go on the site and you click on the shop button there, you can look for the digestive intestinal system and you'll see some other sources for probiotics there. So do make yourself aware that there are some different choices that you have there.
You have to talk about this one's your favorite.
Well, this is my favorite. There's another favorite called Low Clo that's in a very similar type of packaging. That's a little higher in fiber, but this one is including apple pectin, which is one of the best fibers that will help cleanse and kind of scrub the insides of your intestines. It also includes psyllium hulls, which is great for that scrubbing agent. You know, I've heard this is another great one that Mom has shared with me over the years. You know, all of us love to spend time making sure that we get in the shower and we get clean and we brush our hair and, you know, we put on our makeup and all those things. I don't put on makeup necessarily, but some of us do, right? So we take so much good care of the outside of our body, but how much care are we actually giving to the inside? That was one of the first things Mom used to tell me when she used to introduce fiber is this is going to help clean and scrub the insides that will help you maintain good health. Such a simple way to use this is either adding a couple of teaspoons to a protein drink or a smoothie with vegetables, or simply adding it to a glass of water. One serving is about 2 to 5 grams of fiber, and I'm telling you, you'll recognize the benefits. It's really amazing.
And I would add to that fiber, my history way back was diverticulitis, and the fiber was the key. And I didn't know then what I know now, of course, but if we start preventive maintenance, we don't have to wait until we have a symptom for most of what we're talking about. Anti-gas formula. Well, this is a symptomatic formula, but it does support digestion and it helps the body to expel that intestinal gas, and it may help calm some occasional nausea. This is one that you use as needed. It wouldn't, if you're healing and doing the other things, you shouldn't need this long term.
Great. So, Mom, I know we like to bundle these sometimes together. So these are great ways to bundle these packages together to make sure that you've got a great approach to healthy digestion.
Absolutely. There is extra perks that are available. And one of the perks is called Subscribe and Thrive. And we're going to give you a little information here on this program.
Nature's Sunshine is excited to announce our new Subscribe and Thrive program. This new program replaces the Sunshine Rewards program and offers you the opportunity to create a product order that's automatically shipped to you each month. This creates both convenience and savings, as you never run out of the products you want. You don't have to remember to place an order, and your order is shipped for free. Subscribe and Thrive is open to customers, affiliates, premium customers, and consultants. Existing Sunshine Rewards customers will be automatically converted to the new program along with any accrued points as product credits. To sign up, simply select the Subscribe and Thrive Add to Cart option on the website's product pages. The program allows you to choose how frequently orders are shipped, either monthly, every 3 months, or every 6 months. Plus, you can pause to skip a month for a specific item or an entire order. Program cancellations can be done at any time via the account profile area on the website. Subscribe and Thrive offers a variety of benefits, including free shipping on your monthly order, an extra 5% off your purchase, and the peace of mind that you don't have to remember to place orders or worry about running out of products. Orders can be customized or changed to meet your needs. You'll be informed of a pending order 10 days before the ship date, allowing you the time to make any changes. One of the best perks of this program is that you can apply product credits, previously known as Sunshine Points, to any Subscribe and Thrive order. While a credit card number is assigned to every order, your card will only be charged for any remaining amount after product credits have been applied.
We're going to pause there. There's a little information at the end of that video that really doesn't apply to what we're sharing today, but that Subscribe and Thrive is a super option. It comes with an extra 5% savings. And of course, they just mentioned that it offers a ton of convenience and ease in making sure that your order is placed each month, and you get 10-day notifications to go ahead and adjust that order. There's no minimum required. You certainly can change that Subscribe and Thrive order from every month to every 3 months to even every 6 months. So I would encourage you each to take a look at that option and look at the extra savings and benefits that you get along with that. So in closing, guys, this is just the Nature Sunshine homepage. Naturesunshine.com is how you get there. You'll get some links from us in our emails and follow up. We encourage you to jump online, shop some of these products, take a look at some of the different options that you have available to you. And if and when you have questions, we're happy to meet with you or talk with you more about your options. Mom, would you like to add anything else?
I'm just delighted at the information that you put together. And I just want everybody to really know that when it comes to what we talked about our body and our environment causing our production of enzymes to reduce. So if we ourselves, and we teach everybody to get in the mindset of preventive maintenance about the age of 25 to 35, we could reduce so many symptoms and problems in this GI tract.